The chief executive will say a few words, and then we will take questions. Please limit yourself to no more than 2 questions during the Q&A. First, we'll hear from the chief executive. Good morning, everyone. Just then, I was with the Deputy Financial Secretary, the Deputy Secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry, and also the Director of the Chief Executive's Office. We were watching the takeoff of Shenzhou 16, the successful launch. We were watching a live cast. We were excited and we were very proud of what we saw. The success of the launch is something that I welcome. This mission is the second manned mission of our country this year. This is also an application of first manned mission making use of the new technologies. Our country has made great progress and success along the way. This is something I take great pride in. I'm honored. Professor Gui Haichao, the payload specialist, said, becoming a taikonaut is a sacred mission, but also remote from the common folks. Now, there was this 4th round of selection for taikonauts. There was the first selection and then the 2nd round and the 3rd round of selection. The target is to pick 12 to 14 taikonauts. And for the first round, there will be a payload specialist to be picked from Hong Kong. We have the support and the care from our country. This means there's a chance for Hong Kong residents to take part in the great cause of our country's space missions. This selection exercise is of profound significance. More than 10 candidates from Hong Kong and Macau have passed the first round of selection. Next month, they will go to Beijing for the 2nd round of selection. Our candidates come from government departments, the hospital authority, universities, and other institutions and firms. I'm rooting for our candidates. I hope that one of them will make it and become part of the manned mission to contribute to our country's space missions and bring glory to us. This selection shows our country attaches importance to our youth development. This also shows our country's confidence in our science and technology. This inspires many young people here to take an interest in technology and creating an atmosphere encouraging young people to pursue knowledge in science and technology. This also creates more impetus and support for Hong Kong in science and technology development. As we bring back normal life and reconnecting with the mainland and the rest of the world, there will be talent exchange and business exchanges. This is a continuous flow. Over the past week, I met with 10 mainland leaders or key persons from overseas. I met with mainland officials on 7 occasions. I also attended events with them. I met with the Guangdong provincial mayor, the provincial mayor of Hunan, the provincial mayor, governor of Shandong, the mayor of Shenzhen. I met with these leaders and also the Secretary General of the Boao Asian Forum. I also met with 3 key political personnel in Hong Kong. First, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo. I had lunch with him. I had an exchange. This is the first state leader that this term government received. I also met with the Senate leader of the Philippines and also a consul general of a foreign country in Hong Kong. I met with these overseas representatives. They expressed confidence in Hong Kong. And we reached this consensus about collaboration on different aspects. 6 officials from my governing team also went on visits over the past week to foster links with the mainland and overseas. They include the Secretary for Justice, who visited Beijing, the Secretary for Security visited 3 cities in the GBA. Also, the Secretary for Environment and Ecology went to Xiamen, where he attended a Belt and Road Forum on energy. Secretary for Innovation, Technology and Industry, who visited Singapore, Secretary for Commerce and Economic Development, attended an event in Detroit. That's the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum. And then the Secretary for Health attended the World Health Organization's conference in Geneva. Secretary for Housing will also take off today for a visit in Beijing. In Hong Kong, we have endless good stories to tell. We will bring together different stakeholders in Hong Kong to tell good stories of Hong Kong. My team and I will continue to visit different places in the mainland and overseas. We will lead business and elites from other sectors to promote Hong Kong, explore markets and opportunities. We will focus on the economy, pursue development, and bring positive growth to the GDP. Thank you. The floor is now open to questions. If you wish to put questions, please put up your hand. Once it's your turn, please identify your media outlet. And please limit yourself to 2 questions. On the right, at the back, the journalist over there. I'm from cable TV. There are news reports that there will be 56 people on the Chief Executive's Policy Unit. Dr. Zheng Yongnan will be part of the team. Can you give us more details? What kind of work will be done? Will there be more mainland talent joining the team? On Sunday, it will be the 34th anniversary of the June 4th incident. Mr. Ronnie Tong said that at the personal level, commemorating the event is okay, but what's your take on this? Will someone be dispersed if they go to the Victoria Park and light a candle? The Chief Executive's Policy Unit will help me with policy formulation, so I will invite experts from different areas to take part in the work. I'm grateful to people with experience and great knowledge in various areas or insights to take up my invitation and become part of the Policy Unit. Very soon, we will announce the list of the members. For these new members, I hope they can give me advice in 3 areas. First, social development. Second, economic development. And also strategic studies. As we have gone from chaos to order and going from stability to prosperity, I hope that we can make up for lost time within the shortest time frame and achieve results. So I'm looking for policies that can cover the short-term, medium-term, and long-term. I want to create positive results for Hong Kong. So on these 3 areas, I hope that the experts can tap their expertise in those areas, do studies, and provide advice for my policies. For experts from different places, I look forward to hearing from them and get their views. So we will have experts from different places. After we announce the list of experts, we will make good use of the views and advice we get, and then we will consider the next step. What matters is that we get the advice from experienced people from different fields. On June 4th, the government has stressed on multiple occasions for any public event or personal activity, they have to be in compliance with Hong Kong's laws. For the government, law enforcement agencies in particular, the police in particular, they will act in accordance with the law in respect of incidents. Everyone is responsible for their own actions. If the police come across any act or activity that is in breach of the law, they will take resolute actions to enforce the law.
Next question on the left, the reporter in white, the gentleman.
Free press. The government has opposed accusations that the security law is broad or vague or unclear. If that's the case, are you able to give Hong Kongers a straight answer as to whether it is legal to peacefully mourn individually June 4th in public this Sunday, yes or no? And you mentioned APEC. The APEC meeting is in the US this November, but you're still facing US sanctions. If Washington does not lift them, would you still attend? Thank you.
First of all, it is incorrect to say that the Hong Kong national security law is not clearly defined as regards offenses. There are 4 types of offenses that the Hong Kong national security law covers, and all the ingredients of the offense are clearly spelled out in the law itself. So it will be up to the individual to really look at the different elements of the offense which are clearly stated. So it is unfounded to make accusation against the Hong Kong national security law. In actual fact, cases that are heard in court will also be judging the case in accordance with the law, which will also let the public understand the ingredients of the law. In regard to any activities that take place in Hong Kong, the law enforcement agencies, particularly the police, will deal with them in accordance with the law. And all the applicable laws in Hong Kong will apply, of course. An individual has to act in accordance with the law. Any activity that contradicts the law, of course, the police will have to take action. And police will take action resolutely, particularly in regard to public order activities. So everybody should act in accordance with law and think of what they do so as to be ready to face the consequences. In regard to APEC, APEC is an international organization. It doesn't belong to any country or economy. According to APEC rules and conventions, the organizer has the responsibility to invite members to attend. Hong Kong, China, has been a member for APEC and has been taking part in APEC conferences in accordance with APEC's rules and conventions. So it is up to the organizer to act in accordance with these conventions. And the Hong Kong government will, of course, also act in accordance with the APEC rules and conventions in regard to invitation to attend the APEC conference.
Well, because of time, we'll take the last question. The lady to the right at the back. I'm from Sing Tao. First of all, I'd like to follow up on the APEC question in English. It is going to take place in the US. Does it mean that the Hong Kong government is passive, waiting for an invitation or waiting to see if you can get a visa? Will you take a more active role to try to get yourself to attend? In relation to public consultation on crowdfunding, the FSTB said that in relation to these submissions, if they're made public, it may be misleading. Does it mean that the majority of the submissions you have received don't want regulation on crowdfunding? If that is the case, how will the government respond? Will you put it on hold? Regarding APEC meetings, APEC doesn't belong to any economies or any country. APEC has their own conventions and regulations. Organizers will have to act and invite members to attend in accordance with these conventions and rules. Hong Kong has been participating under the capacity of China-Hong Kong in these meetings. China-Hong Kong is a member of APEC. The organizer has the duty to send out invitations, and the Hong Kong SAR will act in accordance with APEC rules and conventions in the attendance of these meetings. Regarding crowdfunding, the FSTB Financial Services and the Treasury Bureau has been collating the submissions received, and they will analyze these submissions before they map out the way forward. The FSTB will consider different perspectives, and they will also draw reference from the practice from other jurisdictions. When they have a conclusion, it will be made public, and they will also report to the LegCo. Please give time to the FSTB to handle the matter. Thank you. That's the end of the question press conference this morning. Thank you.